Welcome student on another video lecture. Topic is alkaloid. In our last lecture we have discussed about the collection, cultivation of belladonna leaf and belladonna plant and the morphological characteristic of belladonna plant. Today we are going to discuss about the microscopy of belladonna leaf and root. When we have taken the transverse section of leaf and we will see under the microscope, it will show a bifacial structure. Wavy walls epidermal cells are found. Anisocytic and anomocytic stomata are present. Spongy mesophyll are filled with microspinoidal crystals of calcium oxalate and a zone of collenchyma cell which will found below or under the upper epidermis and lower epidermis. So when we are taking a transverse section of leaf through the midrib, this type of structure you will find under the microscope, and that structure is a bifacial structure. The epidermal cells have wavy walls. These are the epidermal cells and the walls of these epidermal cell is somewhat wavy in nature. So wavy wall epidermal cells are found. These one are the epidermal cells, and these epidermal cells they are having some wavy walls. So wavy wall epidermal cells are found. After that a striated cuticle is there. This one is the cuticle and which is striated in nature. Striated cuticle with wavy wall epidermal cell is found under the microscope, which is followed by these are the palisade cell. So these palisade cells they are present in the lamina region, they are absent in the midrib region. In lamina region you can find some palisade cells are there. Below each upper epidermis a layer of palisade cell is there. So this one is the palisade cell. After that, the main important characteristic of this belladonna leaf is stomata. The characteristic anisocytic type and some of the anomocytic type stomata are present on the both surface, that is on the upper surface and lower surface there is presence of stomata, and two type of stomatas are found in the microscopical structure or transverse section of the leaf. First one is anisocytic stomata. This one is the structure of anisocytic stomata. These stomatas, these are the pores or opening on the upper surface as well as lower surface of the leaf for exchange of gases. So this one is the anisocytic stomata, in which stoma is there, which is surrounded by two guard cells. These guard cells are bean shape or kidney shape guard cells are there, and which is surrounded by three subsidiary cells. These are the three subsidiary cells, and out of which one of the cell is very small as compared to other two cells. Such type of structure of stomata is there, then it is known as anisocytic stomata. Second type of stomata is anomocytic stomata. Here stoma is there, which is surrounded by two guard cells, that is kidney shaped cell, and they are surrounded by the epidermal cells or subsidiary cells, and here there is no differentiation between subsidiary cell or epidermal cell. You cannot differentiate whether these cells are epidermal cells or whether these are subsidiary cells. Such type of structure is there, then it is known as anomocytic stomata. So these two types of stomata they are present on the outer surface of the leaf as well as in the lower side of the leaf also. And some type of stomata that is present. Another important characteristic is their trichome. Trichomes or hairs are there, they are present on the outer surface and on the lower surface and upper surface of the leaf. So such type of trichomes they are generally uniseriate, means cells they are present in one series, and 2 to 4 cells are there. Uniseriate trichomes with a head that is glandular. Head is glandular, unicellular glandular head. Such type of trichomes you can find in the. So this one is the uniseriate trichomes. The cells are present multicellular trichome is there, but uniseriate. Uniseriate multicellular, 2 to 4 cells are there in a single line, and the guard cell or glandular trichome is at the top, or head is of glandular type of trichome. So head is glandular, and that head is sometime it is a unicellular glandular head, or sometime it is a multicellular glandular head. So such type of trichomes are found in the belladonna leaf, that is uniseriate in a single line or single series with multicellular, more than one cell, that is 2 to 4 cell trichome is there, and the head is glandular head, and that glandular head may be unicellular, or that glandular head may be multicellular. Such type of trichomes are found in belladonna leaf. Then it is having spongy mesophyll filled with microspinoidal crystals of calcium oxalate. This one is the mesophyll tissue, spongy mesophyll is there, and having calcium oxalate crystal. You can see here the sandy calcium oxalate crystals are found. Calcium oxalate crystals are found, and the midrib protrusion shows some vascular bundles. These one are the vascular bundles, and which are the lignified tissue, and if you are staining with fluoroglycinol, it will shows pink color, reddish pink color. Such type of vascular bundles are there. They are present in the midrib region. You can see here these are the vascular bundles, and it contains some starch grains also. Starch grains are also found here. They are bluish, dark blue or blackish in color. Such type of starch grains are also present, and a zone of collenchyma. This one is the collenchyma cell. A zone of collenchyma is present in the midrib region below upper epidermis and above lower epidermis. So zone of collenchyma cell is also found below upper epidermis and above lower epidermis region. So this is about the microscopy. Here these are the epidermal cells, and these are wavy. You can see here these are the wavy wall epidermal cell, which is followed by palisade cell. These are the epidermal cells. This one is the cuticle, and these are the palisade cell. Palisade cell, after that there will be a midrib region, and which contains vascular bundles. They are looking pink in color, and that mesophyll tissue contains calcium oxalate crystals, microspinoidal calcium oxalate crystals. Stomata, these are of two types, anemocytic and anisocytic stomatas, they are present. So this is about the microscopy of belladonna leaf. Now belladonna root. When you are taking a transverse section of belladonna root, it is non-fibrous in nature. Fibers are not found. It is non-fibrous in nature, and would consist of scattered group of vessels, tracheids, fibers, which are most abundant near the cambium. In the cambium region, they are most abundant, and these are consist of vessel, tracheids, and fibers. There is a central mass of primary xylem. Central mass of primary xylem is present. The rhizome show a distinct pith and internal phloem. So when when the root will converted to rhizome, it shows distinct pith and internal phloem. So this one is the transverse section of root. When you are taking a transverse section of root, such type of structure you will find under the microscope. This one is the root of belladonna, and you are taking a transverse section of root, then such type of structure you will find under the microscope. Transverse section of bark or root is non-fibrous, and it does not show radiate appearance. Here this one is the transverse section of rhizome, and this one is the transverse section of root. When you are seeing the transverse section of root, it will not show any radiate appearance, but here you can find radiate appearance. These are the continuous lining is there, dense structure is there, and these are the radiate appearance of rhizome, but such type of appearance is absent in case of transverse section of root. The wood consists of scattered group of vessels, tracheids and fibers. So these are the tracheids. Long elongated strand like structure, that is known as tracheids. So all these are the tracheids, and these are the xylem vessels. When we are staining with fluoroglycinol, it is taking a red color. That all are the xylem vessels, and these are the tracheids, and it also contain fiber. After that, parenchyma, and the extensive parenchyma of bark and wood contain sandy crystals of calcium oxalate and abundant simple and compound starch grain. It also contains sandy crystals of calcium oxalate. So this one is the parenchymatous cells. These are the parenchymatous cells, and you can see here these are the crystals of calcium oxalate. All these are the crystals of calcium oxalate. They are the sandy crystals of calcium oxalate, and dark blue color you can find here, that is of starch grains. Starch grains and calcium oxalate crystals. These starch grains, simple and compound type of starch grains are present, and these are the sandy crystals of calcium oxalate. They are also present. The structure gradually changes, and the root passes into the rhizome. As the root passes into the rhizome, the structure will gradually get changes. This is the transverse section of root, and when this root they will converted into rhizome, the structure of rhizome will differ from the root. The structure become more dense. You can find here this structure is more dense as compared to the root structure, and it is radiating. It is distinctly radiating structure. These are the radiating structure. Linings are there, large number of. These are the radiating structure, and rhizome also shows distinct pith and internal phloem. So this one is the pith. Rhizome shows internal pith and phloem, and aerial stem found on the upper surface of the crown. So this is about the transverse section of or microscopy of belladonna root. Belladonna root, this one are the parenchymatous cell which contains starch grain and sandy crystals of calcium oxalate. In near cambium region, it shows presence of vessel tracheids. So all these are the tracheids strands. They are the tracheids, and these are the vessels which look red in color. And starch grains, they are somewhat compound and simple starch grains. They are looking bluish black in color, and when the root will changes to rhizome, it will shows certain differences. The structure become more dense, it will become radiating, and it is showing distinct or internal pith is there, and phloem is also present in case of rhizome. So this is about the TS of belladonna root. If you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.